Kia ora. This is my September recap and October TBR. So, first up, I read Republic by Plato. So, this is a dialogue between Socrates and various Athenians about the nature of justice and the ideal city state. So, hence the term Republic. And it's pretty good. I found this was one of those books that had great ideas, but didn't really deliver in terms of readability to me. I liked it a lot, but it wasn't a favorite of mine, where I would have thought I would have enjoyed the philosophy a bit more. But anyway, it was pretty good. It's something that I definitely want to come back to, and I'm glad I read. But and also like the ideas of justice and preferring justice always over injustice was quite good. And yeah, there were a lot of foundational ideas, but I think I will probably just put it aside and be glad I read it. But yeah, then I read Selected Poems by T.S. Eliot. So this includes The Wasteland, which is his most famous poem. I quite like these. They're quite nice poems. Definitely something that I want to sort of stew on a bit and come back to. But yeah, they were nice. I'm just sort of treating it as like a coffee break kind of book. You know, you can read a T.S. Eliot poem in the space of a coffee break, time it takes for your coffee to get served, and drink it. So that's kind of a nice sort of, that's at least how I'm treating it. I know you can really dig deep into stuff like The Wasteland, but I'm not really going there. And yeah, it's nice, but it's nothing crazy. I also read and I returned. Let me think. I read. What's the name of it? Revolting Rhymes by Roald Dahl, which is a messed up children's rhymes, and I gave it to a friend, so a friend who's just about to have a child, so yeah, for her to read to the child. That was really good. A lot of nostalgia because I had it read to me when I was young, and I also read various manga volumes which I returned or I can't be bothered getting. So I read Search and Destroy Volume 1. I read Chobit's 20th Anniversary Edition Volume 1. I read The Poetry of Ran Volume 1. And I read Komi Can't Communicate Volume 6. Not real comments on any of those. I'm just more saying I read them. And then I lent to a friend Agua Viva, which is a book by Clarice Lispector, and that was really, really good. I'll probably make a video about it when my friend returns it to me. But yeah, those are the books I read, and then this is the book I'm currently reading, Galapagos by Kurt Vonnegut. So it's basically a novel about a failed trip to the Galapagos Islands where they get trapped, and then the novel takes place a million years in the future and recounts the various. It's basically explaining how evolution worked as Charles Darwin documented it, but using humans instead. And it's Kurt Vonnegut, very funny, very sardonic, and yeah, I'm pretty about almost halfway through, and I'm liking it. I'm probably gonna finish it. One of my TBR books is Moby Dick. I am pretty far through Moby Dick. That bookmarks me. I'm going to be trying to read Moby Dick because it has punctuation in the name. Because there's Moby Dick, or, and then there's a comma, the whale. Yeah, so that's kind of one of my goals is to read a book with punctuation this month in the title. So Moby Dick. There are other books I could have chosen, but Moby Dick is the one that I have started and I want to finish, so this will be a good excuse to get through it. It's quite long, even though I've read a chunk of it, so I might not get through it this month, but I'll have a decent attempt. And then this was a recent purchase. I got Hushed by Laszlo Krasner-Hawkeye. Wait up, it's actually got numbers. Hushed 07769. Yeah, so that's it's a book by the recent Nobel Prize winner in literature, Laszlo Krasner-Hawkeye, and I picked it up because I've been meaning to get a Krasner-Hawkeye book, and they had it in stock at one of my local bookstores, so that's what I'm reading, or going to read. I might read... I want to read Galapagos first, and then I might try to get through Moby Dick, and then if I still have time in the month, I might get onto Hushed. But the thing is, the TBR is always a bit of a wish list, and you'll notice that I almost never read what my TBR is. But that's often because I end up buying new books, and I'm trying to buy less books, but I'm not initiating a book buying ban or anything anymore. So yeah, that's that, and I'll just show you the covers again. Galapagos, T.S. Eliot, and Republic. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.